Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we're doing something new. We're making a Regency dress. Yes, this glorious Regency dress is what we are making today. All the trials and tribulations of doing something for the first time. So let's just get into it. The fabric from today was kindly gifted to me by Fabric Mart. I will leave their link down in the description. They are a fantastic online fabric resource. I chose to go with this finely woven shirting fabric because I knew I wanted something light that I wouldn't overheat in the summer, but also strong and sturdy, and shirting fabrics just tend to hit that spot for me. Plus, who could pass up this print? It just screamed Regency when I saw it. I mean, don't you agree? I also chose to go with this bib front style that I found in Patterns of Fashion by Jana Arnold. I have seen multiple diagrams of this style, a lot actually, as I've been searching on Pinterest, and I knew that if I was making a Regency dress, this was the style I was gonna do. So I got to work scaling up the pattern and making my mock-up. So I need to add 2 inches into my pattern on the side back, and I'm going to end up adding 1.5 inches, I think, because then I can always take it out if needed to the shoulder, probably the front shoulder strap. And then I think I want to add an extra 1/2 inch to the seam allowance in the front, just to make sure it gets right to that under bust point and still is tall enough to completely cover the stays. I was fairly confident that I had gotten the bodice just about right, so I went ahead and cut into my fashion fabric. Okay, so it still kind of gapes in the back a little bit. I don't know if I just need to like put a seam here. Like, is that what I'm supposed to do? Or do I need to just like take it out of these seams? Because I could do that. Just like 1/4 inch out of each would just like tuck that in nicely. Anyway, the angle here is perfect. I was worried it wouldn't be, but it's like laying across the shoulder super nice. The other question I have is it's gaping here too, so do I need to dart it? Like, is that a thing? This also just isn't my boob shape. I just kind of stuffed some socks in there to get approximate, so I might have to try it on myself before I make that final decision. And honestly, I might just gather it, because darts are terrible. Anyway, it's looking really good regardless. I need to cut out the bib, which will go up here, up to here I think, and the sleeves, which will cover the shift sleeves. The sleeves are pretty straightforward. I don't tend to struggle with sleeves like a lot of other costumers do. Then it was on to measuring the skirt, because if by chance something failed and I had to recut a piece of the bodice, I wanted to know how much fabric I had. I cut out 3 panels of my 60 wide fabric because I wanted a really full skirt. I don't know if this is accurate for the time period, and looking back, probably not quite this full. The bib took a lot of pinning and patterning and fitting. The like square bias cut bib that was in the original pattern just wasn't gonna cut it for me. I did copy how the pattern had the bib cut on the bias though. I think that part was important. And because it's me and I need a good visual, I pinned the skirt onto the bodice. Okay, so I actually really like the way this front bib piece is looking. I like this pleat. I like how that just tucks right there. I am going to need to make sure that this gets a lining so that way it's nice and reinforced, and so that way it also doesn't like show through. I don't know if you can see the shadow there. What I really like is all the references I've seen have an overlap for where the ties go, and I was worried that that would look weird, so I pinned it about 6 inches down. That's more than 6, it's closer to like 8 to 10, just to see how it would drape, and I am super happy with it. Like, it's just gonna hide, like, this closure on both sides is just gonna hide so nicely. I need to take some out of the center front so it doesn't really gape. It'll still gape a little bit because I feel like that's just the nature of Regency gowns. That's what we're dealing with. So I'm gonna finalize the bib, and I'm gonna make sure I have a lining cut for the bodice, and then we're gonna go. I knew I wanted a gathered skirt instead of a pleated one like I had pinned on, but the piece of rebar that I had that was masquerading as a hand sewing needle just was not cutting it for me, so I switched to machine gathers. I also made the ties, which I am really proud of, and hemmed the skirt, and with that the dress is wearable. It still technically needs button closures to hold the bodice closed in the center front as well as the bib to the bodice, but it's accurate to pin yourself into things, right? So let's just pin myself in. This dress is actually a lot of fun to make, and the learning curve wasn't as steep as it has been in the past. I'm assuming this has a lot more to do with my experience with historical costuming and like knowing the shapes and how things go together versus Regency actually being easier. But this project has also left me with so many questions. Like, does the back panel need to be a little bit bigger, making the sleeves set a little bit further out versus back? Did I even set the sleeves correctly? Can I get away with the period shape without a pair of stays, like I did with the Spanish gown? So many questions. I also don't think that this dress is as flattering as it could be on me, so in the future we will probably have an alteration video on this dress as I learn more. If you have comments or suggestions on how I can make this dress look a little bit more accurate and fit me better, let me know down in the comments. Totally open to that feedback. And that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you guys on Monday for a new video and live on Thursday. Bye, friends!